First of all, when were y'all gonna tell me that Zeus released back-to-back episodes? Like, here I am thinking we gotta wait till next week to see what happens between Krishan and Tasiki, and I call myself watching a review myself because I like to hear other people's opinions, and they're talking about episode 1 and episode 2. I said, skirt, wait, what? Episode 2? So I go back to Zeus and I'm like, they really have an episode 2? Like, what's going on? Like, I did not know that they released back-to-back, so I'm sorry, this is a late upload. I just watched it and now I'm about to give my review on it. So, disclaimer, if you hear any background noise, please disregard. Okay, if you can hear me, we are good. And yeah, I like to give my thoughts and opinions, my commentary. If that's not what you're here for, girl, then click off. This review is not for you. All right, but if you don't mind hearing what I have to say, then stick around, like, comment, subscribe, do what you need to do, and we're about to get into this review. So actually, I'm not ready. I don't got my notes. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I got my notes. So I'm gonna kind of just breeze through this episode. To be honest with you, I got shit to do. I got shit to do today, so I don't really have a lot of time to record. But yeah, it was just too many details that I feel like can be left out. So here's where we're gonna start. All right, the episode starts with Krishan and Tasiki. Obviously, they're still talking, having their little conversation, and Krishan is standing 10 toes down on what she said. You know, that this is her truth. You know, allegedly Tasiki did this thing to her. So Tasiki's irritated about it. She feels like the conversation is not getting anywhere. Chastity comes in, that's their sister. She comes in to pray for them both. Tasiki's really, she's like, is beyond prayer at this point. Krishan also prays. And then some friend off camera enters the conversation. This is a friend of Tasiki, and if you ask me, the friend didn't really, she was trying to defend Tasiki, but at the same time telling on Tasiki. Like, Tasiki's over here trying to deny that this thing happened, but honestly, I believe Krishan. I really do, because the fact of the matter is, these things happen, you know, and they were kids, and I feel like if Tasiki would just say, you know what, I was a kid and I was wrong, I didn't, you know, it was never meant to, you know, whatever. I just feel like Tasiki needs to take accountability a little bit, but I feel like she was kind of deflecting. I feel like she didn't really want to admit that this was true on camera, because it is kind of humiliating, and the internet and people, trolls, they will twist it and spin it, and I don't feel like Tasiki is a bad person, but I feel like if this thing happened, just own up to it and be like, you know what, we were kids, I didn't know what I was doing, you know, and that's all you have to really say. But I feel like the friend kind of was just like, you know, Krishan, y'all talked about this, didn't you forgive her all of these years? Why are you bringing it back up to be on camera? You know what I'm saying? And so that's basically saying, okay, well, this thing happened, you know. So that's what it was. And but she do feel like this thing should have stayed between family. I'm in two minds about it. Yes, and on one hand, I feel like this should not have been televised, but on the other hand, I feel like since it is, it's a reason for it. People need to start having conversations in their families, because these things, they're happening more often than we like to talk about it. So the conversation is not getting anywhere even after the friend butts in, to the point where Tasiki, she ends up getting up and leaving. She's crying now, because, you know, they're going back and forth. But I feel like on Krishan's part, while I do believe her, I still on some part feel for Tasiki, because I feel as though Krishan really didn't have to bring this up on camera. She didn't have to come forward with this if this is something that they talked about before. And on top of that, this was not the only issue that they talked about. They also talked about the fact that Krishan had Tasiki jumped. That's where this whole beef stirred from, is from Krishan having her sister jumped, and Tasiki felt really slighted by that, because why would you have two of your friends jump on your sister? That's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? So Krishan is over here trying to act as if she didn't have her sister jumped, and it's like, how are you acting like that when we literally seen this on Baddies East? Like, this whole thing was televised. We literally seen footage of you telling those two friends of yours, Krishan, to jump your sister. And then when she did get into a fight, when she had her fair ones with both of them, you know, y'all were talking shit. You were talking shit, Krishan, to Tasiki, and it's just like that's what it was. So it's like, now that you're sitting at this table and you're trying to act, you know, godly and you know, that you're healed and you're coming at peace, but it's not true peace when you're not even taking accountability for what actions you did, you know, resulting in this whole beef between you and your sister. You know, so the fact that it's gotten this far, it's all stemming from you putting 2 friends of yours on your sister, Krishan. So it's like, I'm not understanding why you were not taking ownership of that, taking accountability for that. And so that's what was kind of getting to me, to be honest. And so, you know, like I said, Tasiki walks out, she's crying. And at this point, Krishan is at the table, sitting down, talking to her other sister now. And I feel like what I didn't like about this is that she's talking about certain things. She knows that she can say certain things that's going to get people talking. Like the fact that she was like, I can say what happened to your son, but I'm not going to say that. And it's like, but you're insinuating something, that something horrible, something bad happened to her son, and now you're going to make the internet talk. It's like, Krishan, I was agreeing with your sister Chastity. Chastity was trying to get Krishan to stop talking at the table, because she's like, look, you're on camera and you keep saying that you're at peace and, you know, you're trying to move on, but you're not. It's not true peace when you are still trying to insinuate and trying to make your sister look bad on TV. You're trying to get the people to talk. You are on camera, Krishan, you know that. So it's like, Krishan still has a lot of healing to do. I'm going to be honest. Like, she says that she's healed and she doesn't even have to cry because she's moving on from the situation. But at the same time, Krishan, you know what you're doing. And you still have a lot more healing to do, as we all do, as Tasiki does. She needs to heal from the fact that she knows that that thing is true. But the fact of the matter is, what I also got from Krishan as she was talking at the table, you get, girl, you know what this gave? Like, let somebody keep talking, just stay silent, and you will see what they're all about. Just let someone keep talking. What I saw from Krishan as she was continuing to talk is that, you know, I feel like she has a chip on her shoulder because her sister came on Baddies and had a true come up off of Baddies, and Krishan kind of messed herself up with that with Zeus. She feels like she brought Tasiki over to Zeus, over to Baddies, and Tasiki was able to come up, and she feels as though Tasiki left her behind in some sort of way. But it's like, Krishan, at the end of the day, you did this to yourself. You were your own detriment. You were your own downfall, because you sent 2 of your friends on your sister, and your sister didn't forgive you for that. Well, I mean, she probably forgave you, but she didn't want to fuck with you after that, because why would you do that, Krishan? So now it's as though you have this chip on your shoulder. You're mad. You feel as though you felt like you didn't forget about your sister when you got put on, but you feel like now that she's put on, she's forgotten about you. But did you forget that you put 2 friends of yours on her? She didn't want to fuck with you after that. So then after all of that, now you guys have this beef. Now you want to bring up this, you know, molestation situation with your sister. And I feel the only part of any sympathy that I feel for Tasiki is the fact that I feel like Tasiki feels like Krishan brought this up out of spite. You know, now you're trying to tarnish my character because you're upset that I'm up now. I got put on Baddies and I'm a returning cast member. Like, you feel away now. You're trying to tarnish my image, but you know that that's not even in my character. So even if this thing did happen, why are you televising it? Why are you putting it out there? Like, this isn't something that should have stayed in the family. So that's the only angle I will get for Tasiki. I feel where she's coming from. I just don't like the fact that she's trying to deflect and like she's trying to act like it's not true, because, girl, Tasiki is true. Honestly, I feel like it's true, but we're gonna say allegedly. But I feel like it's true. But I do feel like Krishan brought it up to tarnish her image, and I feel like Krishan needs to be upfront about that, about the fact that she feels a way about her sister getting put on, and she feels a way. She feels away, you know. So I feel like Krishan needs a little bit more healing to do, and she needs to take accountability for the things that she did as well. And so the scene basically ends with Krishan giving her definition of peace. And girl, it's not true peace. You find some more peace in your life, Krishan, because it's not there yet. So now the Baddies goes over to Detroit. We have Natalie, Scotty, Dom in the Body, and Akbar V. They all meet up at a restaurant. Dom in the Body always look good. Always a bad bitch, my dark skin chocolate Barbie. Yes, we love her. Akbar V, well, I won't say love, but we like her. Akbar V walks in. She looks cute, and the first thing that came to my mind, honestly, is either you or Jayla gonna have to put a wig on, because we cannot have two blonde shortcuts walking around. Like, no. One of y'all need to put a wig on. Jayla, you look good with a blonde wig, girl. Put a wig on, girl. It's one too many blonde shortcuts. I don't like it. I don't like it, okay? Jada and Alexis also joins. And she honestly looked dressed down compared to everybody else. But hey, maybe that's just her style. Girl, I fuck with Dom in the Body because they was asking her about her tooth being knocked out by Tasiki at the reunion, and if she wanted to get her lick back. And girl, Dom in the Body said,
absolutely the fuck not.
Yo, I was like, you know what, girl? She learned her fucking lesson. Like, girl, just sit down, sit this one out. You don't want another tooth knocked out. Girl. But I was like, yes, girl, I fucks with that. So they also talk about her, she has to get her issue out with Rolly. I guess Dom in the Body always getting herself into some type of situation, but apparently Dom in the Body talked about Rolly's kid. Now I feel like baddies, they always like blow shit out of proportion. Like Rolly, not Rolly, but Dom in the Body said, all she said was, don't play with me, play with your kids. Now, I mean, I guess that's talking about your kids, whatever, but to me, it's not really talking about your kid, you know? And so, but they took whatever she said and said, you know what? You got to fight Rolly. It's on site. And, you know, they do anything for a storyline. Any little thing they can get, any little angle they can get for a fight, they're going to use it. So, hey, Rolly and Dom in the Body are set to fight over this thing. All right. So it is what it is. But I really feel like Rolly could have just like set this one out, but Rolly is Rolly, and it is what it is. So next scene, we have Rolly and Jayla. They're sitting down to talk, and I guess, you know, Tasiki, Anna, and Biggie, they also joins. And, you know, as they were all sitting on that couch close together, I was realizing I'm so tired of the same cast. I honestly, it's not even a realization, it's just I've been realized it. I've been wanting a new cast already, but it's like just seeing them all, I just realized I'm so tired of seeing the same faces. Like, Natalie, please give these hoes enough money to do something on their own. We don't need to see them anymore. And I really realized it with Anna, but then I started thinking, no, all of them can go. How many seasons now? This is the 6th season, and for 5 seasons I feel like we've seen these same faces for a few. But it's like, it's too many seasons of seeing the same people. I'm sick of it. I really am. So Anna says something about Summer, none other, might have a problem with her because that's the girl that they fought at the reunion. Okay, I don't give a fuck about that. Rolly is ready to fight Dom in the Body. I really don't give a fuck about that either. Jayla brings up the Krishan piece again. I don't see why she had to bring that up. Like, they just needed a talking point for some reason. So again, Tasiki is triggered and she talks about the situation. She says she understands, she now knows where they stand with each other. She gets emotional again. Aw, sad. And Rolly also gets emotional, surprisingly, because she says that she deals with some of the same family issues, you know, feeling like people use her. And, you know, that was cute. We don't see Rolly have an emotional side to her usually. So, you know, it's nice to see that side of Rolly. But yeah. So now all the baddies are going to be meeting up at the bar. So Tinkerbella pulls up with that energy, you know, and Tinkerbella's so funny. Honestly, she's funny. She's a character. She's entertaining. She does too much. Like, I don't know if I will be her friend, but she's somebody I would love to watch on TV. So, hey, we got Tinkerbella back. Congratulations, Tinkerbella. You are back at Baddies. And hey, get that money. Get that money. She's entertaining. She pulls up with that energy. Diamond pulls up ready to fight with a swim cap on, but the hair was still hanging out of the swim cap. your wig still came off, sis. Rolly squared up as soon as Diamond the Body walked through the door. All right, Rolly didn't ask no questions. You know, she left whatever conversation they was having at the bar, girl, and went to square up with Diamond the Body. They got it popping. Now, if you ask me, I guess Rolly got the best of Diamond the Body, but Rolly just don't do too much. Like, Rolly just not out here beating people's asses. Like, she's just not. I don't know. I wouldn't say she's the best fighter. I would say, you know, she gets the best of people because she's bigger, you know, but that's just it. I don't really feel like Rolly necessarily got them hands like that, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So they have another round. They did one round. It wasn't, I guess it was okay. The second round we're gonna see next episode. There's a few other fights next episode, but we'll talk about that when it airs. So yeah, that was this episode, y'all. I didn't really want to do too much. I'm gonna be honest, this video probably still long because I like to yap. But if you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to follow me on my social medias, that information is in the description box below. And what else? I guess I'll see you guys next week. Okay, I gotta go work. Y'all go work too. All right, work y'all asses off and get somewhere in life, child. All right, bye.